Hi guys, welcome to another Synth Secrets. Today we're also focusing on drift and we're going to be making this sound. We're going to automate the Detune on oscillator 2. We're going to automate the LFO 1 rate. We're going to show you the chords. We're going to build the sound from scratch, step by step. We're also going to be using this new Max for Live device just for that extra magic. It's by Elephant, it's available in the attack store, and it's super cool. I'm just going to turn it off. Let's turn this on solo. Turn it on. You can hear the texture, the clues in the name. We'll show you a bit more about that later. If you want to follow along, you can download the Live Suite 11 for free on the Ableton site. I've left a link below, and you get a 30-day free trial, so give it a go. If you like the sound that we got in the background, let's get going and start from the beginning. Okay, so we've shown you what we're working towards. I want to show you from the very beginning, and that's to start with a MIDI channel. So create a new MIDI channel and then add drift onto it as well. Now, copy these chords that we have. This isn't a theory tutorial or theory synth secrets, but I do want to just show you what these chords are. They are E minor 7th with an added ninth. That's the F sharp at the top there. And then it's a G major 7, sorry, which is effectively the same chord as the E minor 7th, but the roots notes changed. The G, so the E goes to the G and it's the same chord, but it's a G major 7th. Then the next chord is a D minor 7th with an E, which is the added ninth, and then it's an F major 7th, which is also the same chord with the root note changing. Rather than a D, it's an F. So E minor 7th with the ninth, move the root to the G, and then go to a D minor 7th with an added ninth, and then move the root note to the F, same chord. That's all there is to it. So the other thing to take from this is that we've got these stabs and then we've got the long held notes, and it's on the held notes we're going to be doing some pitch automation and other things. So you want to focus on making sure you have some sustained chords there. So let's hit start and we're going to play with drift and we're going to work backwards to the sound that we ended up with and show you how we got there. Let's play it with everything. We began with the filter. We pulled the filter down to around 200, anywhere from 150 to 200 is okay. And we changed the type to type 2. It's got a steeper shelf. And you're going to hear that better in a minute. Now the frequency modulation, you want to change the source of this to envelope 1 so that the control of the frequency modulation is being controlled for envelope 1. And increase the amount. It's the amount that envelope 1 is affecting it. We want a pretty generous amount, so anything above 75% would be fine. But the attack, we want to have it at 0, so it has an instant effect. For example, if you leave it there, you see how the filter, it comes and goes based on the attack settings, and there's a difference. If you moved it right up to 100%, even snappier. Pretty cool. So we're going to take it down there. Now let's move to the oscillators. Oscillator 1, let's change it to triangle waveform. And let's bring the octave down, -1. For oscillator 2, we're going to keep it on a sine waveform. And we're going to keep the octave 1. But we are going to increase the volume. Pads out the sound. And one of the features we like most about drift is the noise. So let's see. Too much on full. Let's work backwards. Okay. We're happy with the way the sound is to begin with. Let's move on. The next thing we want to do is we're going to add in some pitch automation. And we're going to do it by using the Detune on oscillator 2. If you right click it, click show automation, we want to do it on these long notes where you'll be able to hear it better. To give you a quick example, like that. Let's go back to these long notes and let's pitch it, this one up. Now, we're going to do it 7, which is basically 7 semitones. And we're not going to go into the theory of how this all works, but 7 sounds good to us, and just do what sounds good to your ears. You might find that smaller increments might sound better on quicker note settings. So let's have a listen to that. And the important thing is you need to bring it back to 0 for the next chord. You might want to leave it, but if you want things to go back into tune, then you need to bring it back to the 0. So I think it takes too long to get up there, to rise. So let's do something similar on this one. We'll tweak it afterwards. Again, bring it back up to 0. And let's maybe, like that, have a little curve. Maybe the same here. Ooh. Let's have a little curve at this one as well. Let's do it all the way down, actually. Maybe just towards the end of the chord. That's kind of cool. That's good. That sounds rubbish. Let's move that over there. Not quite sure that's working as well as I would like. Might change the settings so it stays up there for a while. There you go. It was actually off the tune. So look, it's really important. That's now at 7. We were just below it, which is why it sounded a bit rubbish, but it sounds better there. And I like the timing of it, but I might just see. Yeah, that sounds better. So, right. You can now mess around with the oscillator 2 and see if something sounds better. That's a triangle. Now we're going to go back to the sine. Sounds cool. See how it sounds adding this in. Pretty cool, but we're still going to go back to how it was. The next thing we want to do is some LFO modulation. And we are going to do that on the shape. So we're going to dial in some shape. And we are going to change this to LFO and increase the percentage. So this is the amount that is being sent to the LFO. And here in the LFO, you can change the settings. We'll turn off oscillator 2 for a second so you can hear it. Now I'm messing with the rate here. Now a classic trick is to modulate the LFO rate. So if you click into mod here, you can use envelope 2 to modulate the rate of the LFO. So if you go down to envelope 2 here, select the target as LFO rate, and then this amount percentage, so 100% would be everything, 50% is a good way of starting. So click at 50%. And now you can go in here and you can right click show automation, and then we can automate this. So we want to do it on the same chords that we've done the pitch automation. So maybe if you put that up to 80%. So to give you an idea, when we go higher. You could do that one higher as well. And you maybe could bring this one right down. Now put the oscillator 2 back in. Turn the volume up a bit. I'm trying my best to get a good mix, but I've only got my cans on for the sake of recording the video. I think that sounds pretty decent there. Let's maybe... Okay, I'm pretty pleased with that. Last thing we want to do is we're just going to change the mode here to unison. That sets how much pitch variation is applied across individual voices. To give you an idea, I'm full. Let's just put it back. That sounds alright. Might as well use the drift feature. Sounds cool. It's sounding really tidy. We just, I think, have a couple of effects. First, let's add a bit of saturation. Let's change it to sonofo. Pull the volume down a bit. Let's definitely add in a bit of reverb, just to give it some space. Pull the dry wet down. Something around there sounds good. The decay is at 2.11. The dry wet is at just around 5%. See what the chorus off and on. Sounds better with the chorus off. And then the last thing we're going to add in is this new Max for Live device, texture. This is a device where you can add a sample in here and the sound will be applied to your input. It actually comes with samples as well. We really like this one, Rain at the Hanging Gardens. Let's drop it in. I'm going to turn it up so you can hear it. Just give you an idea. This is the Rain at the Hanging Gardens. And then this is it on the track, on the... And you can change the start and length period of the actual sample you want. I like this part here. And this will influence how much is in it. And you can mix it here with filters. But it just gives that our synth just a, I mean, it's made by Elephant. He's a very, very good designer of Max for Live devices. And this is a very, very easy way to affect something. I mean, to give you an idea, let's put on Stream. Or, if, you know, Vinyl Crackle. Everyone likes Vinyl Crackle. Let's see how that sounds. Easy. Let's change. But for me, I like the random ones. They're different. How can you not love that in the context? Turn it down. So I'll turn it off. This is the bass and the drums. And this is it. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this drift tutorial. If you want to have any questions about the theory aspect of it, anything to do with drift, or anything else, just leave a comment below. Texture is a new Max for Live device that is available in the Attack store. And you can try Ableton Live for free for 30 days and it includes drift. There's a link below. So go check it out.